Okay, Mark McKeel saved the day because I didn't have my pogies. I forgot them at home. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
The savior of the run, Wes. Go get it. Yeah, your trunk is full. Okay, so the level is 6.2. This is the beach at Anglers. Water's come up, it's kind of muddy. And we are gonna go surf to the center. Yeah. Yeah, on my way over.
What's up, everybody? It has been a lovely, cold, and wet season here in DC. The Potomac has a bunch of water in it. It's been sitting above 5 feet, getting as high as 8 feet, pushing 9. And so it's a drastic change from what we experienced over the summer. Over the summer, it was sitting at 2.7 to 3 feet, on the high end, getting to 3.2. And so ever since winter started, we've had a ton of water in the river. We've gotten little falls at 4 feet, a bunch of other rapids, enough water in the gorge to go surf rocky waves. So everything's a little more exciting. And of course, there's the additional penalty that it is really cold. And so when you're starting to deal with frozen gear and when being upside down starts to become more unpleasant, it feels like nature is giving you something on the one hand and taking with the other.
How'd it feel?
About the same or worse? About the same. That wind that hit me when I came up, like, right? Did I anger somebody with my own? That wind ain't no joke.
Especially with a wet face, I bet.
How does that saying go? Like, you can have time, money, and health, but you can only pick two to have at once. It feels a little bit like that on the Potomac, where finally we have a bunch of water. You know, we're getting over 4 feet in the gorge. Center wave is coming in. Other features that just aren't there at all at 3 feet. But unfortunately, with the other hand, nature is taking because it's really cold. It's really fun to boat in the snow and the cold weather for sure, but it's just not as fun to be upside down. And so it feels like, okay, here's your playground. Here's what you've been waiting for, but you're going to have to earn it with a little bit of discomfort. I'm here to tell you it's not as bad as it looks. With all your dry gear on, you're actually sweating. And so today, the objective is to take a look at a feature that we seldom get to see on the Potomac, at least recently. At 6 feet, center wave comes in. The center wave is located at the Chutes. It's accessible either on your way down from Mather Gorge, like if you were to put it at Sandy Beach, for example, and run the gorge, you can catch it on the way down. Or you can put in at Anglers Inn and just paddle upstream, attain hugging the island, and access the wave, which is right on the other side, kind of that big island that separates Virginia and Maryland Chutes. And it's just on the river right side of that island, lower than you'd think it would be. You don't have to attain all the way up to Virginia Chute at all. You're still like 200 yards downstream of that. So this is a quick hit video. It's really cold. We meet up in the parking lot and I borrow Mark's pogies because I forgot mine at home. You know, now that I'm bringing my gear in to dry more regularly so it doesn't freeze in my car, I'm more prone to forget things at home. So he saved my butt and brought those pogies. And we put in, attain up to the wave, figure out how to get there. And I had been playboating a lot in the pool the day before. Pool sessions, another important thing to do. And so I'm kind of beat up, kind of tired, not willing to risk it a lot. And frankly, getting on this wave is kind of scary the first few times. So I get a few attempts, get a ride, and then call it a day. Now, I always feel kind of bad when I do something like that because I could have kept pushing it. I could have, gone upside down a few times, but I just wasn't feeling it in the moment. Now, remember, the river's not going to stay at 6 for that long. So you might be having an off day or not feel like you want to do a ton on a new feature, but it won't be there forever. So at some point, it's good to push it a little bit, get the experience you want, even if it's at the expense of a little bit of comfort. Well, here's us paddling up and give you a sense of what it is so that the next time it's in, you can access it and enjoy it. It really is a spectacular wave.
Whew. Your boy is regretting the layers.
Same. Well, on the upside, whenever we actually do make it to the surface spot, maybe it's not appealing too well.
So the attainment is pretty easy, but remember that this is like just on the order of like 35,000 CFS, where over the summer, low water surfing at the Chutes, when you're attaining up here, it's like 5,000, 6,000. So you do need to hug the island and stay out of the main flow. You can hold your own there and attain up further away from the island, but it's way harder. So just remember, like, if you don't want to be fighting for your life, stick to the shore on your way up. At higher water like this, you're also paddling through trees and branches and stuff like that. There's a ton of wood in the river, but there's also wood that's like currently planted, like an actively drowning tree. So remember that those little branches sticking out of the water can be a strainer hazard. And so you really want to be careful, especially because more powerful water and colder water and strainer hazards and wood hazards just make the whole situation more dangerous. It's not that hard in a longboat. You're definitely at 6.2, you're going to want a half slice. There was a guy up here surfing a 9R. We'll get to that. He was doing flat spins. But playboat would be frustrating to make this attainment with. All right, so when you attain all the way up and you're basically at the Chutes, you're going to see a little pour over on your right that you definitely can't attain up. And so you're going to ferry over to river right, surfers left, behind an island. From there, you can either try to attain up and around the island. It did not work out for me. Or just walk over the island, and then it's really a straight shot through calm water. The reason attaining up around the island is hard is because there's water rushing around either side of the island, so it's going really fast, and you'll probably gas out unless you're really good. Walking over the island lets you use it almost as an eddy to start from to attain to the main big island feature that separates the Virginia and Maryland sides of the Chutes that we usually surf at lower water. So I tried to attain around this island, which is the little island, but I just couldn't get past it. So I'm back in the eddy. I'm going to climb over, put in on the other side, and head straight across to the rock formation ahead, which creates some calm water behind it, so it's not a hard paddle. Now that we're here, we can see how other people are getting on the wave, and we realize that there's really good eddy service. You can really hang out. If you swim or something like that, it'll be harder to get back, but once you get off the wave, you can easily hook around this island, come back to the eddy, and get another ride. The eddy directly next to the wave is going incredibly fast and sucks you straight up into the feature, which is why the kayakers are hanging out behind these additional rocks, sort of like deeper in cover, because the minute you get out into the main eddy, you are headed straight for the wave. The real trick here is to typewriter that top wave, peel out at the very top of the eddy, super smooth, glassy, paddle forward. You don't need to look back at the wave. You just need to go river right or surfers left. And you can take a quick glance at it, but if you look too long, you'll probably lose your angle and peel out instead of settling into the wave. I'm just waiting my turn here. And note in this video how many times I got in and out of my boat in a weird place and had to sit in a turbulent eddy. If those things give you the ick while you're kayaking, then do it, because it's an important skill and you're gonna have to get better at it at some point, or like lose your boat or fall down or swim in a put-in, or any of those options are on the table for you. So this is not a rodeo wave, like a bouncy, violent thing like horseshoe is. It's a really wide, long, glassy wave that's steeper on surfers' right and sort of more shallow and more gentle on surfers' left. And when you get on this thing in a 9-foot boat like I am, you have a lot of leeway to carve back and forth. The rudder stroke is really powerful in adjusting the angle of your bow, and you'll find yourself riding back up on the foam pile. And then when you lean forward, it's like downhill skiing into the trough. You like feel yourself falling forward. It's a great feeling. My boat has so much rocker that I'm really not worried about, getting my bow buried or anything like that. The main thing for me is I'm scared of flipping over, to be honest. And so I'm pretty conservative with my ruddering. And when I end up in kind of a side surf, I try to use it to get off the wave. I definitely want to spend more time on this thing. Watching other people surf was even more fun. Let's get into some of the incredible other kayakers that we saw out and everything that they're teaching us, like flat spins in the 9R. Here we come. I feel like this wave makes a lot more sense if I actually get out of my boat and film it from above. So that's what I'm doing here. Remember to be careful. You don't want to lose your boat or fall down, all of that good stuff. And thanks again to the other boaters who are out there, just a stunning crowd, and showing us exactly what we need to do to get on and stay on this wave. Pretty cool, right? Let's close it out with Wes getting a killer ride, and I hope to see you out on the river.